Hello, this video is about germinating seeds. You have to start early in order for them to be ready for the springtime. I'm going to be planting vegetables today. Kale, spinach, bell peppers, and hot peppers. So I just wanted to show you and give you an idea how you would do it. I purchased this. It's a greenhouse that you can mark on here what plants you have grown in those pots. So you just mark them in here, then you can look at your pad and see which one has each seed in it. So I have a pen so I can mark it down so you would be able to do the same. So it has a dome to keep in the moisture for the germinating of the seeds. Now these pods have already been watered. Usually they come thin like that. You put them in the thing and you just water the bottom. It soaks it up, and right now they're still damp. So I'm getting ready to use some seeds. Let's first do the kale, the dinosaur kale. It takes 70 days to harvest. It goes down 1/4 of an inch deep, and they should be about 12 inches apart. They need to be planted in the shade once they're grown. You plant them outside in the shade. This might be empty. I have other kale, so we're going to start with the other kale. This is regular kale, but it's beautiful. It's the same thing. I just used the dinosaur up last year and didn't realize it. Look at this. And these are organic, so they should do real well. These are the same thing with the bell peppers, with the other dinosaur. 1/4 of an inch, so you just make a little hole. I would put 2 in it. 1, 2. Close it up just a little bit, because you don't want to shove it down too far. Sometimes the seeds need to be laid just on the top, because some seeds need to be germinated with light. So I'm going to go put 2 more in here. If they both survive, you would pluck out the ones that aren't as strong. So you want to keep one standing that's very firm and healthy. Just weed out the other ones. There we go. Just going to pinch this closed a little bit. This is about 1/4 of an inch. Put 3 just to make sure. You pinch them closed a little bit. This is all kale we're working with now. And kale takes, like I said, 90 days to harvest. It should take about a week or 2 to germinate, maybe a little longer. Okay, I'm just doing 2 rows of kale, and then we're going to move on to spinach. Now let me mark down here what's in this first row, these first 2 rows. Kale, and all this is kale down here. So what I've done is I've marked this container. Since we did 2 rows of kale, I have the 1 row, the 2nd row. Then we're going to move on to do spinach and peppers. So that's dinosaur kale. Let's do spinach. Now, spinach takes 43 days to harvest and a 1/2 inch deep. Just make it a little deeper than the kale, since it's a 1/2 inch instead of a 1/4 inch. Just squeeze them over a little bit just to make sure the dirt goes on. Now I'm going to put these seeds back in for next year because I've got 2 rows filled up again. We have 2 for kale, we have 2 for spinach. So once again, like I told you, I'm going to put the spinach down here. Since it's a full row, I'm just going to put all the way down because we know what each row has. Now we have there, now I guess bell peppers. Now the bell peppers take 10 to 12 days to germinate, but 75 days to harvest. So it takes a 1/4 inch deep again. So we're going right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Sometimes the seeds will fall, but if they germinate, use them. If not, just don't worry about them. I like I said, you put more than one in each hole. That way, if one doesn't germinate, the other one will. Bell peppers we've got. I was going to plant some hot peppers, but there's really no reason for me to go ahead and show you how to put the red hot peppers in there. As you can see, this is what I'm going to be planting next. The red hot peppers, they take a little longer to germinate, so I will be doing it right after this video. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how to really do it. And then after you've got all those together, you want to put your lid on there. Should stay as best as it will. There we go. And then what I do is I bring it over here and I bring it and put it on this thing here. I have to excuse this alcohol. I had a problem with mealy bugs last night, and as you can see, I was treating them. So I put them on this blanket because underneath there's a heating pad. Can you see that I put a heating pad under there? I put it in between two blankets, that way it won't hurt the wood and it won't be too much heat for the germination. So I also have a germinating light here that I'm going to be putting on, and the heater. Have it at low. There we go, on low. That way it should be fine. I'll check it in the morning and keep checking it every day. And when it starts to get dry to touch, water it from the bottom again. There's seed germinating fertilizer from Super Thrive that they do have. It actually has a packet that comes with this case also. So I just wanted to let you know, happy germinating, and you have a great day. Thank you.